Welcome back to the Diecast Museum. Today, guys, I've got a mystery box. This landed on my doorstep in this frigid February here in Canada, all the way from down under. That's Australia. Longtime viewer and supporter of my channel, Stephen Papa, has sent me yet another massive, heavy box full of who knows what. I didn't look at the label before I ripped it off, and then I just cracked the seal of the tape, and I realized, oh, this is a mystery box. So I quickly shut the lid. Everything in there is going to be a complete surprise to me. We're going to open it up here on the review table and get everything out for a good look at what Stephen has sent me all the way from Australia. So thank you so much, Stephen. This is going to be epic. As always, a huge, awesome Christmas present. A little after Christmas, Stephen had said he was going to send something around December, and what better than having Christmas in February? Certainly, I know I need it every once in a while, so let's get into it and have a whole lot of fun. Let's go. All right, we've got the box set out here in front of me. It is a very densely packed box for sure, because it weighs a good 10 or 15 pounds. And here we go, straight into it. Lots of cool things to look at right off the bat. What comes first into my view is this. The Aussie Muscle Car War of Police of 71, that says. And we've got Nina down in the house here as well. Just heard some rustling. Oh, there, she just flipped the box. What's Nina doing? Making a whole bunch of noise. That's just the garbage cardboard box. Okay, anyways, back to the show. Wow, so let's see what this is. And then there's lots of cars that are bubble wrapped. So I'm going to have to pick through those. Oh, some really cool Matchbox cars, no doubt, for the continuing Matchbox videos of Matchbox Year in Review. Some very interesting things. Oh, there's so much to look at. Let's just go one at a time. Going to get the tripod set up here. Oh, I love this casting. I love it. I've actually got one right here I was going to incorporate somehow into one of my videos. But here's a nice little example of it in the box. So cool. I haven't seen any of these here in Canada in the box. 1983 Ford Fiesta MK2. We're going to get that one opened up for sure. Just such a cool little casting. Matchbox is really doing an awesome job making some of the cheapest collectibles, yet some of the best, really, for the big box stores anyways. All right, let's get digging into this box. And the first thing, I've never seen one of these before. Australian motoring history, made by Trax, 1/43 scale. RT versus Police, perhaps. The Contenders, 327 cubic inch Holden Monero HK Coupe. I love the Holden Monero cars. Valiant Charger RT and a Ford Falcon GTHO Phase 3. Wow, these models are not toys and are not designed for use by children. Copyright 1994 by Trax Corporation. Made in China. Very unfamiliar with this. So I'm looking forward to opening this up. Well, we've got a whole thing on the back. Well, let's read that after. Let's first just open up and see what we're looking at here. Make sure it's not just a box with something else randomly in it. I highly doubt it. Oh my goodness, would you look at that? This looks like it has been in here for all of the last 30 odd years, 31 years, I guess. 2025 minus 1994. Wow, that looks like mint condition. Hold on to that nearby. We want to read that story in a second. Wow, check it out. Beautiful models by the looks of it already. Wow, I don't have a lot of 1/43 scale, and I certainly don't have very many 4-doors of the Holden. That is beautiful. Thank you so much, Stephen. This is amazing. They're still a little bit cool here from being on the floor. We're just going to get them all out and then bring them up closer into focus. Got a nice little tray to keep there. And let's go in for a little zoomage. Super cool. Not toys, guys. Not toys. These are collectible, vintage collectibles in mint condition. Got a 1993 copyright. Yeah, those are going to be good rollers. They're not wind back or anything. They're static models. We'll just do a roll test with all the cars while we're mobile with the camera here. Beautiful. Okay, let's take a look at those other two models now as we put the camera down here and take a look at the details. Super nice. Very, very cool. Never seen these particular models or brand even, so totally unfamiliar. I have nothing I can really tell you other than that they were sold in Australia and probably exclusive to Australia based on the packaging. So let's go out a little bit with the zoomage here and take a look at the box. Here what we can learn about these. A whole bunch of information on all three of the cars. Then and now, this trio enjoyed a reputation as Australia's most potent and desirable muscle machines. Which one would you choose? This special Trax Aussie muscle car set lets Australian enthusiasts stage their own head-to-head confrontation between three immortal classics. Anyone watch Mad Max? They are mortal. It also commemorates the time when Australian performance cars were equal of any in the world. In their own scheme, even the colors are special. The excitement of combination of wild violet, silver mink, and hemi orange enhance the distinctive lines of these unique Australian muscle cars. So this, I believe, is actual authentic paint colors for these cars back in the day. What a neat set. Definitely going to be going in my very limited 1/43 scale collection, many of which actually already came from Stephen and Peter and the gang in Australia that have been sending me these random act of kindness packages for years now. Of course, these are all right-hand drive. Do they have suspension? Not too much suspension. A little bit. But very unique pieces. Very nice. Okay. Let's put those somewhere where they don't roll away, because they do roll good. And what else have we got? Let's get this package out. And now this, I was just looking at buying these the other day at the local hobby shop. They're made by American Diorama. Miho exclusive, one of 3,600. 1/64 scale models. These are like not grandstand, but tents. You know, like little tents that you set up and you'd see at the flea market or car shows, I guess. Keep the sun off your lid. So definitely going to open those up and get those there. Got a picture right there. I'm doing all this word talk, and here's a great description showing exactly what they are. And I assume they could be painted or whatever, but I'll just keep them white because that looks great. So we'll have a little car show. So that's what we'll do with those. Save that for that little video. We've got some more modern pieces in here. The Matchbox moving parts. 2025. Oh, this is brand new. I don't have any of these in my collection. All right, so we'll get everything opened up here after we get it out of the box. We've got the little Ford Escort or Fiesta. I don't want to call it an Escort. Whoa, here's a red one. New for 2024. I've never seen this one in red. This is the same car, but now in red. Different collector number, though. Well, isn't that interesting? Maybe this one's 2025? Is this a 2025 copyright? I don't know. Anyways, very cool Matchbox cars. Looks like we've got some vintage ones here. These look like the older boxes. When I say vintage, they could be late 90s, early 2000s. We'll check for a copyright. 83. This one is actually vintage. That's as old as I am. So 40, almost 42 years old. And this one's an 83 as well. Oh my goodness. Are these all 83? Whoa, this is some old stuff here. We got some, it's deep too. Look at how many there are. Okay. Bigger boxes probably for trucks. Says what they are. That one's a copyright 1990s. Snowplow on that one. And Dunes Racer. Checking out the copyrights on all these. 83 again. Very cool. I know this is just yellow boxes for you guys at this point in time, but this is just so exciting. That one's 91. See if we can do two at a time here. Probably can't read that quickly. a 93, 93. And lots of little cars to take out of the bubble wrap too. So we'll probably just go ahead and do that. Save you the ear crinklage. 83. Ear crinklage is the sound of removing bubble wrap. Unless they just tend to fall apart, then we can do it that way. Oh, wow. And they're all nicely wrapped up in there too. Wow. So that one is a 91. All right. So I think we can establish, I'll sort these off camera. We got everything between 83 and 93. A lot of different boxes that kind of look the same. I'm going to sort those and open them up oldest to newest with you guys once I have them sorted. But let's see what else we've got in here. The cars are just coming out of the bubble wrap, so that's great. These are some definitely newer ones. Nice little Suburban there. Annual Spud Day. Potato Suburban. That's definitely a new one for my collection. Check out the massive card back on this one compared to a typical Matchbox car. You're on a cardboard back in the day, some of these things had. It's an older one, like a license plate model. Zuzu Rodeo. Love this casting. Canyon Racer. It's got those weird wheels on it, though. Wasn't a big fan of those. 2001, so celebrating 50 years of Matchbox. We're definitely going to open that up. Oh, and we've got a book. We've got a book under there. Let's save that. Bubble wrap. Little Matchbox Volkswagen. Super good. Got a pair of these trucks. Got a little variation lot, perhaps. Some GMC or Chevy Tahoe. Pennsylvania Electric Company. Such a chromy base, I can barely read it. Very neat. Got a little boat. A little Matchbox boat. With the Maryland Point Crab. Got a little American theme going here. What's this one here? A wood-paneled 57 or 55 Chevy Bel Air. That's funny. Never seen a wood-paneled Chevy Bel Air. And we got the little old Bronco, I think. Montana Glacier. Definitely got a multi-state sort of theme happening here with these mint condition older Matchbox cars. I'm going to have to look these up and let you know in this video, of course, once I'm done looking through all these, what the idea is behind these. They're probably all from about the same time period. The big old Icarus coach. Super small scale, but nice, heavy little casting. Oh, this is one of my favorites. This is the TV van, I think. You gotta be careful. I can't just rip it out of the package because a bunch of things on top that could get ripped off. Yeah, the TV camera van. It's got the camera that pops up and then retracts. And then you got the sound boom. The Missouri Channel 24 Show Me News. In this cool purple color. Oh, these are 50th anniversary. It says right on them. These are 50th anniversary. So there you go. They're all 50th anniversary. They're going to have the same sort of packaging as this. Maybe they came with a license plate. Maybe they don't all say 50th anniversary on them, but that's what that little insignia is. I'm seeing that as a common theme here. There again it is on this little Volkswagen van from Georgia, the Peach Mobile. Ooh, another Nissan. I think this is the Pathfinder, though. Yeah, that's the Pathfinder. Pathfinder or Frontier? No, it's an Isuzu. It's another Isuzu Rodeo. How to get that mixed up? It's the exact same truck. All right. Keep me on my toes. Keep me on my toes. What do we got here? Here's a Frontier. Wow, it's almost like a premonition. Nissan. 16.0 FM, Tennessee. And, oh, it's an Xterra, not a Frontier. It's the newer version. Different truck. Is it Frontier or pickup? Okay, well, I'm way off base with my smaller midsize import SUVs at the moment. Got a few more things. Oh, and look at that. Deep down in the crevice of the box, we've got all of the associated license plates. Well, those will fit nicely into the Plano storage compartments where I will most likely display these cars. Given that they're all in such nice condition, I just got to find some room. Currently, my Matchbox collection is not on display at the moment due to a lack of space. The cubbies are in high demand, and those are about the only free spots that I have over there on that wall. And those are currently set aside for Hot Wheels Premium, which are yet to be opened all around the room. So that's a future video. putting the camera down here for a second, and we've got this really cool Trax Models box, 1986 to 2008 edition. The journey continues. Well now, look at that. I guess I am going to be quite educated in about 2 seconds here on these cars. That's fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic. Alright, this is a comprehensive hardcover, high quality book. You can tell it's going to be color photos. Or maybe not. Black and white. Okay. Glossy. Oh, color photos. Wow, this is going to be fun to look through. My goodness, this is fantastic. Look at all these cars and models. I wonder if these are available in North America. Got a whole description on each car, the model, in real life, not just the collectible. These are not toys after all, guys. These are models, and it tells you all about each car, the year of release, colors, production quantities, package. Oh no, it's a valuation guide, but it tells you about the real car in real life up here, the car. And what are we looking at? A 1976 Holden Sandman Utility. I believe that's the little 2-door van, if memory serves. And wow, here we go. Just hours of good reading there for sure. Get educated on Australian models of vehicles that you just don't see here in North America. All right, let's see what we have going on now with those Matchbox cars. I opened up the little Ford Fiesta. Pretty excited about these, as I've been waiting to open one up, and now finally the reason presents itself here in a little cardboard box. So a great little model by Matchbox. This one was just released last year. It does have a 2023 copyright, but I believe that was a 2024 release, unless this one is new for, well, it says new for 2024 on that package. So I think both were released in 2024. I just was unaware that there was a red version of the MK2 and same copyright. So just a fantastic little casting. This one's new for 2025. Moving Parts is a collection that I actively collect. If I can find them at my big box stores. Even there, they're kind of pricey. I think they're about $6-7 Canadian. But nice little models if you can get ones that you find desirable. And they actually work really well for the most part. Metal doors. In the old days, as in a few years ago, they often had plastic parts, which was not really something I appreciated. Like plastic doors that were a different color than the metal body paint. But now with those metal doors, it's great. It's a great fit and finish. So, and quite sturdy, as you can see. They're quite robust, but they still display nicely. And so yeah, that's what we have for the newer Matchbox. I've got all the other Matchbox cars lined up here. I will not actually be opening this one, given that we've got one already here. So I was doing a little bit of reading on the license plate thing. That was back in 2001. It was a mailway program. You could get exclusive license plate cars depending on which state that you collected. So there was literally tons of those Matchbox cars to collect. That would be quite an extensive collection to try to complete. And now we've got the boxes. These are 1983 copyright. So we're going to get all those open up next. They've all got the name of the vehicle on the end of them, which is helpful. This one's copyright 1990, 2 from 91, 1 from 92, a whole bunch from 93, nothing from 94, 95, and then a 95/96. So quite a selection. You can see there's a difference in the box art, slight difference with the Matchbox logo changing from red font to black font. And beyond that, let's get into cracking open a bunch of little vintage Matchbox cars and trucks. I do believe these have been opened before by the looks of it. London Bus, number 51. There will be a little bit of protective tissue on them. Now, even the new models that we opened up just now, the Fiesta MK2, came with some factory paper. It wasn't tissue paper, but factory lightweight paper to protect the models. Wow, check out the condition on this iconic Matchbox bus. That is fantastic. Going to look really nice in the upcoming 1983 year in review Matchbox video. It's going to be nice to have some nice new vehicles. So or not new vehicles, nice condition vehicles of that era. They're certainly not new. And here we have the Lamborghini Countach, Matchbox Collector number 67. I'll probably be referencing this video as I go ahead with those years. Currently at, I believe, 1973 and 74 coming up next. Could be off by a year or two there. But look at this. We've got those original style Matchbox wheels. And just mint examples. All metal, heavy duty. That is a contender with the Hot Wheels casting of the time. For sure. Nice, realistic paint job on that one. Lost a flap here somewhere. Where'd that come from? I don't know. We'll just put that in there. So that is really nice. They don't have the super fast sounding wheels because these are not super fast Matchbox. They're just Matchbox. And this one is a 4x4 Chevy van. One of my favorite castings to collect for sure. Let's see which one it is. Oh my goodness, I can tell already. I've only got extremely played with beat up versions of this particular paint job on this popular casting. An all metal Chevy van with the BF Goodrich Racing livery on it. Matchbox, of course. It has the 1981 copyright on the base. And I believe they have the scale too, 1/74 scale. Matchbox used to do that. Wow, it's so nice to see that vehicle in perfect condition. Nearly perfect anyways. Nothing but a flea bite here and there. Probably came from the factory that way. Cadillac Atlante. Very cool. Convertible Cadillac. Very limited in real life. Extremely expensive at the time. I bet you this is the silver one, being from 1983, and it is. Ooh, yes, that's a nice Cadillac. Wow. I don't think they sold too well in real life. Pretty limited run again. But an iconic Cadillac, if you are a Cadillac enthusiast. Oh yeah, and we're starting to get that Matchbox suspension, which I just adore. Bulletproof suspension. Beautiful condition. Not a crack in the window. I'm very surprised. I mean, I'm not surprised because this came fresh out of a box, but it's surprising for me to actually be holding this in my hands. Such a hard thing to come across in my collection of Matchbox cars, which, as we've discussed in my year in review videos, has been only spotted with a few nice condition Matchbox cars. Here we have the Pontiac Firebird Racer. Well, this is very much Christmas. So the reason why I should get back into mentioning Christmas in February is when Steven told me back in early December he was sending me a parcel for a Christmas random act of kindness video. That was during a extensively long and brutal Canada Post countrywide strike that went on for months and months and wasn't resolved until January. So I'm not surprised that this international parcel probably got held up for, I wouldn't be surprised, weeks and weeks. I'm sure Steven can let me know in the comments down below. When did he send it out? But I'll bet you it was just stuck in customs forever in the paralyzed warehouses of Canada Post. Anyways, it's here now and it's so appreciated. Look at this, son of a gun Pontiac. My goodness, that has got to be the coolest little Matchbox car I have in my collection. I'm going to say that right now. This is a high contender for best car in my collection. I love this casting. I may have one or two extremely beat up versions. And here we have the son of a gun. Maybe there's a son of a... No, I won't say it. But maybe there's a matching car in there in pink. You never know. Anyways, that's a beauty. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Here we have it in printed 83 Corvette. It's a little different. Oh, another authentic paint job on this car. Wow. Comes in a little plastic baggie. With the Chevy bow tie. Kind of a funny looking bow tie though, I might add. Looks a little squat. But what a nice little Corvette representation with the metal that extends right around. Two-piece metal casting with just a thin sliver of plastic for the chassis. Interesting. Very interesting and unique Matchbox casting for sure. With good Actually, really nice proportions on these cars. I have commented in the past how Matchbox proportions can be very toyish, but some of the cars, many of them actually, are spot on. 4x4 Dunes Racer. These are all 1983 copyright on the box anyways. Oh yes, this is one I've had since childhood. Mine is probably in decent condition, but this one is mint. This one has never had a roll around the house. Followed by a child with no cotton left in the knees of his pants, that being me, as I used to shuffle around the house, racing all my vehicles around and around and around with my sister. She also has a large collection of diecast, not one that she actively completes to this day, but we were similar in age, and I have fond memories of playing with my Matchbox cars, rolling around the parents' household, wearing out the knees in my pants, and long before reasons of work and that sort of thing. But here we go. Nice little, which kind of truck is this again? I was caught memory lane there. Open back race truck. I believe this is a Toyota, representation of a Toyota, if I'm not mistaken. It won't say on it for copyright reasons, but just a lovely little model. Here we have the Land Rover 90. And out it comes now. Oh yes, this is a desirable casting for sure. Wow. I love this casting too. I don't have anything like this in my collection. The Park Ranger. Isn't that cool? I wonder how many different paint jobs or liveries there were for these vehicles. Something I should find out. This one has a copyright of 1987. So even though the box says 83 on it, it must just be like a copyright that didn't quite stick. So I won't actually reference this video to figure out what year these are. I'll have to do some research on these vehicles. Hit the old Google. But at least I know they're somewhere in the range of early 80s to probably early 90s. Again, we have the scale on that one. Nice suspension. Just love how they bounce around like that. And roll. Just fantastic. Okay, so that is all of the... Oh, no, we got one more. I was going to say that's all of the 83 copyright boxes off to 1990, but we got one more, and this one is the mobile crane. This is a cool casting as well. Appreciate all the additional effort in wrapping these up to try to get them to survive the long voyage across the seas. The little plastic hook on the mobile crane, however, is just a little too fragile, and even with such care in shipping, these things do happen. So we'll be looking through my junkers to see if I have any spare parts. Maybe I can kind of squeeze either one that survived somehow, probably limited. I don't think I actually have this truck in my collection. I may have just this part, but being so played with, I don't think any of mine have the rotating crane portion. In fact, I think I've always assumed that this was just a dump truck, a heavy loading dump truck missing the bucket, or the box on the back of it, not the bucket. But this indeed is a crane, 190 the scale, 1984 copyright. I mean, even without the hook, it is quite nice and displays beautifully. We got most of the hook. We've got all the rest of it here. I don't know if I can glue such a small item back together, but I certainly will try. The background is changing slightly as I stack up the Matchbox boxes behind the iconic Matchbox cars. Now off into a copyright 1990 Snowplow, number 45. And out it comes. Nice. Got the lemon yellow Snowplow here. The International Airport Authority. Don't have this one in my collection either. As we get into the 1990s, I do start to get a nicer condition Matchbox collection myself already, as I was collecting these as a child, and I always took pretty good care of my toys, so they've survived. And of course, I've come across a few more over the years, of which there will be many videos forthcoming, upcoming, I should say, showing those cars. So that's just a really nice piece. And a good solid representation of, I think that's an International, is it not? No, it's a Chevy. It's a Chevy truck. Chevy C-Series or something like that. I don't know. Nice Chevy truck. Here we have something from 1991. Group C Racer. Ooh, look at that. It's so sleek, it just tore right through the tissue paper. What a beautiful paint job on this car with the Champion spark plug livery. Goodyear, Simpson. Oh, that's just fantastic. Check out the plastic lenses too. No flashing issues, of course. Classic quality from Matchbox cars. What a great paint job. I love the black line around the top of the canopy or engine cover. I guess it's a combination of both. What an interesting looking car. 155 scale, so this would be a pretty small car, being a race car in real life. Probably a very realistic, real life paint job on it as well. Extending ladder fire engine, 1991. This one has no tissue paper. Ran out of tissue paper. That's okay, it survived nicely. It's got a few little flea bites on it. That probably didn't happen during the journey, but that's why it did not get a tissue paper. It's not in mint condition. I understand. But you know what's important is the ladder is still here. The extending ladder. Very nice to see. So a well cared for survivor of a toy. Got rescued from the sandbox. Well, it never made it to the sandbox based on the condition, but got rescued before it ever found its way near anything so destructive as a sandbox. Just a really nice little truck. Well, in real life, that'd be a huge truck. What scale is this one? Kind of curious. Made in Macau on this one. Some of them are made in China. No scale indicated. Got another copyright. Well, this is a copyright 92, and we're going to get to a 6 from 93. Ooh, this one's going to be in minty condition. I didn't even read it, but this is the Corvette Stingray 3 concept car. Purple with the pink and white 1990s Snazaroo paint job. Very, very cool. There it is, 156 scale. Corvette Roadster, they call it, but this was a concept car. It does have one little wee chip on the nose, but barely noticeable. And we're starting to see the new style wheels on this. Those, I don't know what they're called, but they're kind of like a Vortex style wheel. Now we have a change in the Matchbox cardboard. So again, these are probably just starting at 93. Could be all the way up to who knows what. There is a new copyright on the 95, so probably 93, 94 is what I'm thinking. And I think we need to adjust the background artwork just in a second here. That's better. Got a few more Matchbox cubes stacked up. And this one is a probably 1980s Porsche 959. Very, very cool. Look at that. Just iconic 1990s Matchbox. They're getting very fluorescent, as were Hot Wheels of the time. A lot of very punchy colors, strong, sort of toyish look, but still high quality models, formerly painted quite realistically. So this one was probably released late 80s originally, and then recolored with this very spazzy sort of color, which is pretty cool. I like it. Now, what have we got here? I keep forgetting to read the box before we open it. Camaro Police Pursuit. And out you come, little wee Christmas present. Look at that. It's a little dusty from the tissue, but it is mint. I think I might have one of these in my collection somewhere, but just roasted condition. This one's pretty nice. It is very nice. Love that light bar. Looks just fantastic. And what a nice little collection this is turning out to be. Quite nice. Suspension again. Still got that nice bounce. And we're stacking some cubes up. Well, I better not keep doing that. It'll take a little while. What do we got here? The Nissan 300ZX. ZX for many other people around the world, but here in Canada, we throw a D on the end of the Z. And I had one of these cars. Now, let's see what year it is. Mine was a first generation. Don't have it anymore. I sold it. Some regrets on that, but I figure I can always get one that's in better condition at some point later down the road when I have garage space for it. This is the second generation model, so I didn't have this particular model. But look at the snazziness of the paint job on this one. Hot pink interior. And just crazy, crazy. Cray-cray, as the kids say these days. Shovel nose tractor, number 29. Let's open it from the side that gives the least resistance. There we go. Shovel nose tractor. Here we come. Whoa, that's a nice example. I've only ever seen these in yellow. This looks really cool, and it has a hitch, so you can pull some wagons or tractors of some kind. Tractor wagons. The plastic shovel. Just a fantastic, very iconic Matchbox vehicle from my youth. The Escort Cosworth. We've got a Ford Escort in here. Ooh, that side doesn't really want to open. This one's really, really in there. Big casting is going to be like a 1/50th sort of casting. So as far as scale goes. And there it is. What another laserish sort of paint job on this one. Got a little foggy of the window to maybe clean up somehow. It's okay, they're both foggy. Interesting, just the back windows. We'll just leave it as such. Maybe it's supposed to be that way. And yeah, 1993 copyright. No, oh, there's a scale, 1/57th scale. It's got the suspension again. So we got lots of interesting cars to bring us well into the 90s here. Just 3 left to unbox with you. And we're going to go look at where I put those 1/43rd scaled Trax models. This is the Jeep 4x4. Very popular casting with the antenna whip stuffed into the roll cage that would normally be kind of straight up. I'm going to leave it there because when I display these in the Plano cubes, and also I'll probably try to unfold it, and being so old it's going to break right there. So I'm going to leave that just like that. Looks fine. And what a sweet little casting. We got one sticky wheel, but I'm sure it's just, there we go, just seized, locked in time, and now with a little bit of love, as in some attention to rolling, roll test. Well, all right, might have to go for a little roll around the house on hands and knees with that one. All right, next one, the T-Bird stock car. This is going to be sweet. Very, very sweet for sure. Oh, yeah, look at that. The Maui Graphics Goodyear stock car. That's fantastic. Look at the casting. Cast in Thunderbird. Along with those grille details and headlight details, hood lines. Just amazing. Lovely old castings here. So nice to see them in such great shape all together. With you guys, the final one. Everyone give Steve a big shout out in the comments if you don't mind. What a nice guy to send me all this awesomeness for Christmas. Halfway around the world. We have not met. Of course, if I ever find my way to Australia, I will definitely seek out Steven. Hey, where's the focus? And say hello in person and a big thank you. We've got the snorkel truck. What's it officially called? The snorkel fire truck. Yeah, look at that. Rotating bucket. Wow, what a cool fire truck, eh? Forward and backwards facing seats. All the tampos and livery still on it. Got the old school wheels. Metal base with some plastic. Another interesting 2-part base. This time with the center being metal. Just really, really fantastic castings. All right, that's the Matchbox collection. We're going to take a little gander into the rest of the museum to go look for where I've lined up those Trax models alongside some other 143rd, are they 143rd? Yeah, 143rd scale models that I've collected from various manufacturers. Hey, the kitty cat. Yep, you get that. You get that garbage. Go on, get the garbage. Get the garbage. Get the little diecast garbage. All right, back to the show. Where did I put those 143rd scale collectible cars from Australia? Over here in this corner as we round the bend into the Diecast Museum. This is where my 143rd scale vehicles are. As you can see, we've got a lot of Australian cars here, a lot of right-hand drive vehicles. Russian taxi van. Some James Bond vehicles as well. Love that Ford Econoline van. And then these two I purchased quite a while back. They are, I believe, 1961 Mercury Comet. This is the exact car I grew up riding around in. My parents had the exact same car. Mind you, it was painted with trim-clad white on red on blue. It was a candy cane car with red vinyl interior. Long gone, sold on the marketplace for about $700. Probably in a farm field now somewhere, but who knows? It was still pretty solid. Had a 6-cylinder. Anyways, that is the video for today. If you're after any of these cars, especially these Trax cars, happy hunting, and I hope you find them. We'll see you in the next video.